Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. Welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is. This is your boy, Brando. Yes, I'm here back joined with none other than BTR community team leader, Mr. Sean Campbell. How are you today, sir?
Outstanding. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm blessed. So, look, I'm very excited. We're gonna jump right in. We all know one of the greatest paradigm shifts happening right now is gaming, right? And we're talking about specifically not just in blockchain in the crypto world, but at large. And we understand the paradigm shift, which is truly to give digital ownership to consumers, and it can only happen with blockchain technology. But we're excited today also because it almost feels like a cycle that's repeating, history repeating itself. They say history rhymes and things of that nature, but I feel like it's happening again. And it's happening in a gaming crypto kind of way. I remember a couple years back, we brought GALA games to the forefront, talking about the node ecosystem. And I believe we were a big component to the push towards nodes being bought in that ecosystem earlier on. And I feel like another project is on our hands, gaming studio is on our hands, reminiscent to the times of GALA. And the nodes that we bought back then and presented to the masses at that time was around the same price of this particular asset that we're going to talk about today, this company on the chain. And it has nodes that were around the same price when we started buying the GALA node. And now the GALA nodes are upwards towards, 90,000. From 2,300, people paid various different amounts depending on when you got in. And now 90,000. And we see what GALA has morphed into since that time. But now, Sean, there's another one upon us that you have been constantly, not annoyingly, but sporadically telling me, you need to check this out. I got some notes, but you need to check this out. And I told him I was waiting to see something because it looked, at that time, it looked like a shell placeholder. There's companies out here in crypto, they'll look like they're doing something, but in actuality, their whole MO is to take your money. And I wanted to see some of the gaming aspects come to life, the gameplay. I wanted to understand and see if they're actually developing something. And the time has come. Now, people may be confused. They're like, get to the point. What are you talking about? Well, we're talking about none other than one of my favorite wrestlers, The Rock. If you smell, and he was the bull, the people's champ. His logo was that bull, the Brahma bull. And we're talking about playable. Play a ball. But play a bull. That's what we're talking about today. Sean, thank you for joining us on today's chat. Now, talk to us. Playable. Before we share the screen, what would you like to share before we dive in? Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going deep. We're going to show you why we think this is the next GALA game. Could be better. I don't know. But we know it has something special. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, Brando. This is like deja vu. It's like history repeating itself. And I remember that video you made on GALA games back in the day when I was getting into crypto. And that was one of my favorite videos. I watched that thing over and over. And I was showing all my friends, hey, you need to go check this project out, GALA Games.
Yeah.
And, it was just something that really stuck out to me about it. It was revolutionary at the time. And I'm glad I followed your lead. I got some nodes. And when that bull market hit, oh my gosh, I had 5 nodes. But those 5 nodes had a pinnacle when they were producing around 30 grand a month pace, for a good little stint there when the token pumped. And that's when I really experienced the power of nodes and got enlightened about the power of gaming studios, and one thing I like about, the trend is your friend, as you say all the time, and gaming is where it's at right now. And one of the, objectives is which game to get out of the hundreds or maybe thousands of options out there. But when you go with gaming studios like GALA Games, like Myria, or in this case, Playable, the thing I like about these type things is you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're not counting on one game to take off. And, it was lots and lots of lessons that were learned from GALA. And and for those who are familiar with that project, which should be a lot if you've been in the game for any good amount of time, you know, just imagine if we got to roll back the clock and just think about when you first heard about GALA, knowing what you know now, what would you do now if you knew that opportunity was repeating itself all over again? And I always kept the eye open for when that opportunity presented itself, because when you look at GALA represents like top of the line gaming studio. They had a first movers advantage. GALA represents the Coke of the industry, but we all know Coke has to have some competition in life. There's no monopolies in this space. And that's where your mirrors, or in this case, Playable. Who's going to be Pepsi? And by golly, I think Playable has a good shot to be Pepsi. And, you know, like you said, it is deja vu. Those nodes were right around 2,300-ish when you presented that video. And I remember saying, this is a big decision. You know, in hindsight, that was a golden opportunity to make a lot of money on some nodes. And, but now here we are with Playable. But the advantage we have now is we can see history as a teachable tool and have an opportunity to reflect and think and compare, you know, and that's, you know, and the bottom line is, you know, it's no big secret. Nodes, they produce passive rewards, you know, but when you producing passive rewards, the question is, do you have a passable product that's usable? And I'm sure as we dive into this project and we see things like their own Epic Games, we see things like the first week they came out, they had 35,000 downloads and they were the #1 co-op. You know, that was for the week of the first week they came out. They just straight #1. That kind of stuff is bullish, and I'm ready to get started, Brando.
Yeah. So
let's dive deep.
We're going to dive deep, baby. You know how we like to do it over here. We like to go deep. If you're looking for, you know, short videos, short content, you know, we're not the channel for you. But if you want to know the ins and outs of what makes a project successful, this is where you want to be. Bigger than race. Now, I just want to verify you can see my screen here.
Crystal clear.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Playable Game. Currently live is the Nexus. This is available now on the Epic Games Store. Now, I wish I owned and could sell my in-game assets. Now you can't. That's the purpose of the paradigm shift in gaming. If you could only get paid for playing games, you'd be a millionaire. This is the new play to earn model. These are actually economies that are being born, hidden as gaming studios, ecosystems. And it's going to be paying out in form of UBI, a universal basic income. And of course, that's going to require a deeper conversation, but we are savvy enough to talk about that topic as well. But the power of the bull, the days of gaming companies ignoring the player base and not rewarding their community are over. The Playable Games ecosystem is made up of 3 groups. The master nodes, these are the supporters, the investors supporting the project by buying a master node, earning bull coin every day. Now you have the bull coin. Traders, this is utility coin. Buy and sell the bull coin, plus the opportunity to hodl and access OTC purchases. And the gamers gonna game. They play and earn, own, hold, or sell your in-game assets. You get to decide what you want. Now that's the new model, giving the investors an opportunity to own the ecosystems, the infrastructure of the new world where we're moving into, the coin, holding the utility asset, and then also the gamers who want to play and also earn and actually start to make a living playing video. Now, we're going to plug this video in right here. This is the Nexus trailer. Boom. All right, now that trailer was sick. Sean, sometimes trailers are used to get people hyped up. They're used to get people to want to go play something or go watch a movie. Now, I was actually surprised by the trailer because, you know, I was coming from a sentiment of really not knowing. I was waiting. And I remember you called me with one of your famous calls about the playable. And you're like, man, they got this game out. Da, 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 da. Checked out the trailer. And I was like, damn, I saw it was on Epic Games. Now, what was going through your head at that moment that it came out? Because you actually went one step further. You played the game, and then you actually had your nephews involved, who are gamers themselves, and they played it. Because I'm interested in hearing what the kids think. What was going through your head at that moment, and where you at now after seeing how your nephews responded to this game?
Yeah, I mean, what was going through my mind at the time was, I mean, this is a very nice looking investment opportunity right here. And, you know, it's one thing to download the game and experience it for yourself. And I do realize that I'm not this current generation. So even though I enjoyed the game and I played it for about 2 hours straight when I first downloaded, that was a good litmus test. But the real litmus test is getting my 16-year-old nephew and my 20-year-old nephew and letting them two gamers have at it and give me some feedback. And when I see a 16-year-old that plays games a lot, and he said, yeah, I will play this. I can see my friends playing this. You know, that is a great sign, you know, because we're looking at investment opportunities, the best of the best, where they have opportunity for mass adoption. Do these developing studios understand how to connect with this generation, not with us? You know, I'll play games when I get time, but I need to know that you can connect with the youth. And when they said, hey, look, who made this game? And they start asking questions about it, you know, and they don't even know all that time you spend gaming, this is your future. These are the type of games I would encourage you to play, because as good as you are in Call of Duty and all these other games, if you play this, you can make money. Why are you doing it? They just had a tournament where they had the first place winner, I believe, got $2,500, second place $1,000, and others got $500. You know, these kids jump all over that if they knew about it. So the question now is marketing. Question is, what game out of these games out there in the crypto space are going to be adopted and start that real bull run that we're looking for? And this is the type of opportunity and game based on me playing it and nephews playing it. You know, that was a good litmus test and a good sign when they responded positively. And they started asking all kinds of intuitive questions like, does the game update? You know, do they continually, you know, improve the game and the elements? And when bugs are found, do they? And the answer was yes. I was proud. Yeah, I said, yeah, they do all that stuff. They make those adjustments. I showed them how they update. They got a new update scheduled for January. And all those things, like, impressed. And I was like, man, y'all, this is a good way to do it. So that was my experience with the Young Bucks.
Yeah. And I think it was brilliant. I mean, I got to see them actually live playing it. I saw you playing it, and it looks like it's supposed to look, and I'm sure it felt how it was supposed to feel. And, you know, as the game continues to get updates, the great thing about that is we're the pioneers, right? We're the people who are investing in the ecosystem. And it could be 2 updates, 3 updates from now, which takes the game to a whole nother level, which sparks that fire. And it brings a whole bunch of attention to it now, which then increases the ecosystem. Because all it takes is one. And we don't know. I have some feelings, intuitive feelings. I know where some hits gonna come from in as far as games within blockchain. But no one really knows where the hits are going to come from. But the best way to give yourself accessibility is by playing in the ecosystems of gaming, the new gaming studios, the ones that will be the studios of tomorrow, which are actually right here today. Now, let's continue to the white paper. We're not going to go into it today, but for those of you who want to delve in a little deeper on your own time, they do have a white paper. Now, we know PLAYA3ULL has been actually mentioned a lot on YouTube. We're highlighting it now. I don't feel like anybody has gone this deep that we're going to go in today, but everybody's been doing a pretty good job. They say, why playable games? Well, when considering cryptocurrency companies, it is good practice that potential supporters weigh their decisions based on 6 crucial parameters. These are essential factors that help expose the risk-benefit balance. The market dynamics. Is the industry segment that the company operates within consistently appreciating in value year after year? Well, if we zoom out and we look at the trajectory of where gaming came from, it is on an uptrend continuously. And then we also know, Sean, that this gaming shift actually over the next 6 to 18 months, it's going to go on a drastic upward trend, which we can already see signs of it happening in the market right now. So this is great. Now, these 6 pillars offer a framework for assessing the potential of a cryptocurrency company. They facilitate a comprehensive understanding of both the inherent risk and prospective rewards before any level of involvement is decided. Now, did you want to highlight on that, Sean, real quick, or shall we proceed?
No, you can go ahead and proceed on that. But I do like to point out the co-founder, that face you just, that was next to the left of that screen. That is a good leader. This guy has delivered on everything that he has promised from day one up to this point. And he's resilient too. I like, one thing I noticed is they came out right at the tail end of the bull market and they survived the bear market and they're thriving in this bear market right now. Mm-hmm. And, but this guy right here, all you have to do is type in playable and AMA. He is out and he is active. And I'm very impressed. And I think, the whole company is in good hands with him at the helm leading the way.
Well, that is great news to hear. We do know it is very important to have great leadership. So just to speak to what you were just saying, token came out around June 8th,
It came out last year.
Yeah. What's going on here? Interesting why it's not. Oh, well. Well, yeah, we do know it came out last year. For some reason, CoinGecko is not giving us the accurate.
Yeah, it came out last year, and they sold just enough nodes, and they stockpiled enough cash flow from those node sales to where they can sustain themselves for multiple years. So right now, we already know we got 2024 around the corner, Bitcoin happening. We got the imminent gaming run on the way, or maybe here right now, the way things pumping. And but they've been out definitely since last year.
Yeah, they have been. I'm not sure why that's showing up, but you guys can go check CoinMarketCap or another site. But here's their roadmap. It came out 2021, pre-launch preparations, pre-launch marketing begins. All of this stuff here you guys can check out. They've achieved a lot of it. Q1, 2023, Q2, Q3, right here. They released Nexus in September, which already happened on Epic. Now we're in Q4. So there's going to be an update to the white paper. Phase 3 marketing begins, due to release 2 games, Starve and Martian, and Ordinum. And then they also have the War of Steel, Dogs of War, their metaverse, coming out in 2024 and 2025 and beyond, releasing 3 games per year. Now, that is impressive. When I saw that, we are releasing 3 games a year. Do you think that is too ambitious?
For this company, by then they'll have momentum. But the way they've delivered on their promises thus far, I think they can do what they say they're going to do. That's all they've done so far. And, they promised Nexus and it came right on time. And they kept improving it just like they said they would. And looking at, these games here, War of Steel, Dogs of War, but that metaverse, that is huge, and I did engage the team prior to us linking up here. And when the opportunity presents itself, they will have VR, they will have AR. And when they get a hold of the type of technology they have confidence in, they will be interoperable as well. So they understand the flexibility and just, that tenacity you want to go after when you're, getting after a good solid metaverse. But just imagine the potentials of that alone, buying and selling land.
100%.
I mean, we're just getting started. And the reason I believe they can customize these experiences, I also like to point out, they are their own blockchain right now. They are their own blockchain. And I hear, they beat GALA to the punch. They beat GALA to the punch on it. But when you're your own blockchain, you can customize these experiences. You can optimize the performance of the games. But I mean, it's just so many things that are pluses with this whole ecosystem. And right now, we're looking at a 0.0026 price right now as we speak. I mean, that's great seed-like price opportunity. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, no, 100%. You're right. I mean, it's totally primed to do what it did. They did beat GALA to the punch, but I must say, GALA is GALA. It's like Coke.
That's the Coke.
PLAYA3ULL is Pepsi. It could turn out to be on the same level. I don't know what the future holds, right?
Yeah, and that's what motivated me about the CEO. Old Bull is what he's known as Discord. He's the first to say, "Hey, we're not looking to take down GALA. We just want you just recognize that it's enough for everybody to eat,
100%.
and we're not looking to be Coke. Hey, we'll be fine with Pepsi.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Pepsi too.
Right.
Even Sprite, even Dr. Pepper. Take me back to root beer, okay? Let's continue.
Fantasia during the bull market.
100%. But even just speaking on the VR aspect, this is why it's important when you're evaluating a project, a company, a startup. You want to look at the team to ensure that they can achieve what they're set out to do. And this is where the research comes into play. Because when you mentioned that, a bell went off, it's like, yeah, you're right. Because they have a VR specialist on their side. This gentleman has been in VR for years and is a pretty big deal. And a couple of these gentlemen on the team are a big deal, but let's say collectively, they are a big deal. So we see Jonathan, Michael, Jethro, Sam, Jacinto, Amanda, Daniel, Samuel, Bo, Bruno, Ben. Nice solid team. I'm sure there's a bunch of depth behind the scenes, but I want to explore a couple of them. So this is the Playable Games LinkedIn, okay? They have quite a few employees, which are all here in various roles. But remember, we always look at 6 degrees of separation. For those of you who do not know what that means, that is connecting the dots. I may have a friend. I may have a connection to somebody. Sean may need that connection. I make the introduction. Boom. That's a connection. That's 6 degrees of separation. Or in regards to crypto, this guy, Jonathan, could have worked at a place that had the experience of 10 years. But now I want to go investigate what that is. What did he do there? Let me see that company. Does it add to what his role is currently at Playable? So that's what we look for in a lot of these. But this is Jonathan, Old Bull, a great leader. Now, Playable Games is a video game publisher that has shifted its main focus to blockchain and the way that we can integrate video games with the blockchain. The massive growth in this sector and the immense opportunities that are cropping up, we decided to not just get a front row seat, but join the show itself. Playable works with video game developers to help them find funding for their work through the marketing of their games and NFTs. We help video game developers get back to creating rather than worrying about how to pay bills and market their games. Now, his experience, he's the chief strategy officer at Playable, was CMO at Brando. You can see the correlation. He was 6 years there. CMO, chief marketing officer at Melbourne Interactive Studios. Actually, I overlooked this one. We want to look into Melbourne, and that's what we do. Co-founder at Floaty, co-founder and principal at Love Property Group Real Estate. It actually has a lot of experience, to be honest with you. I'm sure that's why they call him Old Bull. But I heard he has the spirit and youthfulness of a baby ox. Is that true, Sean? I don't know.
Okay. He's very energetic. He is. I love that he's out front and he's engaged with the public. He's not hiding.
Good. Well, I hope he took that as a compliment because I meant that as a compliment. So in my studios is an Australian-based game development studio specializing in immersive and visceral gaming experiences. See, this is what we like to see. Are they in a position that they should be? Can they get to the goals that they're setting out to do? You know what? Some of these AU sites I'm not able to get access to. Maybe they'll let me through on this one. Boom. All right, so this is where he used to work. This is in my studios, developing immersive and compelling experiences in gaming. I want to see what that is. Let me check those games out. And this is Jonathan's Old Bull's previous job where he was CMO at Melbourne Interactive Studios. This is for, it was only a 5-month contract. Interesting. Anyways, let's check a look. Current games in development. So they have a bunch of games in development. So honestly, they could be working with them. So that's great. And he has a lot of other experience. Just so much. I don't really want to delve all the way in, but he has an extensive background. So that's great. Let's move on to one of the next team members here. And of course, we're not looking at everybody, and we're not going in any particular order, but we are looking into the background of a lot of these. Daniel Visor is Glenda Games. This is his new development studio that designs and develops cool games and tech. Now, he has a pretty good background. He's a managing director actually at Glenda Games. After founding Wicked Witch in 2001 and being the managing director, CEO, producer, programmer, designer, sound art, QA, and everything else, Glenda Games is my new games and software development company. So he was at Wicked Witch. Now, he was the founder, managing director, and executive producer. Now, this is how you do the 6 degrees of separation. We go to Wicked Witch. Actually, he was at a couple places. We go to Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch Workshop. We help craft innovative experiences, push boundaries, and create first-class games. Now we go to Wicked Witch's, their website. This is just showing us that the team is solid. They can achieve what they're saying because they have the experience. Look at some of the clients of Wicked Witch: Riot Games, 2K, Warner Brothers, Microsoft, Monmouth. Pretty big. And this is some of their art here, games. Looking at some big IP. It looked like I just saw Batman. A lot of this stuff is in the making, they say.
Looks like a modified Smash Brothers, that one game.
Yeah, no, it looks cool. So that's where he was at. This is the Glenda Games. This is the actual place where he's at. And Glenda Games is actually partnered with 2 companies, one being PLAYA3ULL, Tap Corp, which is a pretty big deal too, and Planet Innovation. You know, you got to go and look these up so you can see why these are great investments, why they have the potential to take you from rags to riches, you know? So let's go back real quick. They have original IP as well. Projects we have worked on: Catapult, Ages of Empires. I'm sure some of you guys have seen these games. I have. They also have some original gaming here. I'm not sure they're going to pull it up. Nope. Oh, it is. Okay. So remember, there's a bunch of games that are set to come out. They're talking about 3 games a year. And then I want to know, are any of these games going to come to mobile, Sean? Do you know?
This company is focused mainly on PC gaming.
Cool. So PC gaming only. That's great. But they look like they have a lot going on, you know. Rugby Challenge 4. A lot of people love rugby, especially in emerging markets. That'll be dope. I never played a rugby game. Have you?
No, I have not, but I do like the idea of a sports game in the ecosystem, being that they have a track record with this studio here.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It looks pretty decent to me. So that's great. So we know this gentleman right here, not Old Bull, Daniel Visor, is managing director, and he's also head of games at Playable Games. So this makes sense. See, you can watch all of the big YouTubers. They'll just point out an asset, and most people will just go and buy it off hype, not even really understanding what they're buying into. And this work here, the research, this only ensures and gives you confirmation and confidence to want to hold on to an asset that you might buy based off of hype, or because you need to react fast, or you just don't know what you're doing. Talk to us a little bit about your perspective in that area, Sean, because I think that's important for people to take note of.
You had to break the video on that one. My brain went blank at the same time you asked the question.
your brain went blank? You probably
My
tuned
brain
up.
was blank.
It's like,
I had typed the question in over here. And I like, "Oop." Now you said how'd you phrase it again? Because I had to answer before you said finished, and then by the time
yeah,
you finished, I lost my answer.
pretty much give your perspective on why
Yeah.
people need to take this research seriously versus just buying something whimsically. I hope that I said that word in the right context. But yeah, just buying
Yeah.
things out of with no backbone, with no infrastructure, with assurance. You know, just buying things without knowing, especially in
Right. You got to do your due diligence because oftentimes in this space, there's a lot of claims. But at the end of the day, when you check those claims out and you go to the other site, you don't even see any connection mentioned. That happens all the time, but they'll say we're partnered, and what does partnership mean? I'm not sure what it means to them, but to me, it means I can go to your website and I can see your emblem on there or some kind of mention of you. But one-way partnerships is not going to cut the mustard when we look for the best of the best investments. But there's so many advantages when you get confidence by doing this type of deep dive and you're looking at, the actual claims made on LinkedIn. That's next level stuff right there. And that's the kind of stuff that can make you sleep at night knowing what's going to happen in the future. Because I've never seen this before, to the point where that's even more bullish to me that here I'm looking at the actual foundation of where these games are being produced from,
yes,
and seeing their products for the past, and the best predictor of the future is what you did in the past. So now what comes to mind is, okay, I can see potential animal games and potential sport games and,
look,
and
this is
I like what I see. And,
this is
and, and now that time has passed and technology has advanced, it's going to be even better.
this is. I was just excited, Sean, because here, if you look at this game here, and I'm sure there's a lot more that they're developing with it. But what do you see right there in the left hand corner?
PlayStation VR.
So they're already building the foundation, and that would be cool to be. We both have the new Meta Quest. We know how this could look in VR. I mean, I'm sure it could look really cool. And just think about kids, girls, people fascinated with mermaids and stuff like that. And
Right.
by the way, real mermaids don't look as cute as you think Little Mermaid does. There's some
Right.
creatures out there.
I love that VR. And I asked the question. I posed the question to the Discord, by the way, which is very responsive. Every question you ask, they shoot back an answer. And I said, will the games implement AR, VR, AI technology in the future? And the exact answer was yes. When the inclusion makes sense, there is no reason we wouldn't go include those areas of the industry into some of our games.
100%.
And those 3 games a year are 3 opportunities to start getting out those technologies included.
Here's
But
a
if you go to their site, they got a guy sitting there with VR glasses on the way, before the update. I'm not sure if it's
telling you the future. Here's another game,
yeah.
Town Squared. They're just showing you also the use of their technology. I think these guys are doing it great. They got brand experiences. We're just gonna click on one real quick, and then we'll continue going deeper. Right now, what feet do you think we're under right now? How deep do you think we are under the ocean right now, Sean? How many feet?
Well, compared to the average, I mean, I don't know too many people looking at LinkedIn accounts and then tracking down the companies they worked for in the past and connected with. So I say we're about 75 feet deep.
Now, check this out. This is even more bullish for me. Okay. Now, Whack-A-Mole. I remember this as a kid. Whack-A-Mole is the classic brand name game owned by Mattel, originally developed by Wicked Witch. Remember, that's where Daniel Geyser used to. Well, he was the founder of that place, that company. Technology is owned by Glenda Games, which is his new development studio, his new baby. And it is the same creative team that was approached by Mattel to reboot the brand with a bright, colorful 3D and modern free to play game application. Now, for me, that's kind of bullish. Trying to why is it not letting me? Anyways, it won't let me play the sound, but that's pretty dope. Let's bring it back nostalgic, feelings. So this is what we mean by, doing a little research. Actually, I'm actually curious to do a little more because Glinda Games, I'm actually doing more research now into Glinda Games than I did the other day. I didn't get this far because I was just sold after I connected the dots. And pay attention to the gaming companies
Xbox
you see. Exactly. Yes. That's pretty cool. Now, Daniel Visor was the executive producer and led the team to develop the definitive edition remaster of the classic game Age of Empires 2 for Microsoft to celebrate the 20-year anniversary and modernize the game for a new generation on the new hardware. Damn. So what is that? What is this telling you, Sean? By seeing some of this, what is this telling you?
It's telling me it's going to be a wide variety of games. It's going to have something for everybody. If you like shooters, they got that for you. You like card games, they got that for you. And if you like these simulation, more slow-paced games, they got that for you. Strategy games. So variety is the spice of life. And knowing that the leaders and the movers and shakers on this team have this type of experience is good. They're not one-trick ponies.
Yes. And that is why you have to look into the team. Can they do what they say they're doing? And collectively, as a group, as a unit, they definitely can. This is another game here, Snotling Fling. Snotling Fling is an example of licensing world-leading brands such as Warhammer to make world-leading quality content that is new and original to reach new audiences and revenue. That's what some of these gaming studios are going to be doing. Taking Web 2 IP, bringing it to Web 3. Because they have the infrastructure and the technology to do this. Not only that, they have the track record. Now, let's just go to Wicked Game Workshop real quick. Didn't we already come here or did we not? No, we didn't.
We did. Yeah.
We did? Yes,
yep.
We were. But that it just makes all the most sense. So they're working with Wicked Workshop as well. And then if we go deeper, I'm sure the rabbit hole always leads to the next. Right here, we're pulling up Bo, Jay Barnett. He's a CEO, co-founder, and producer. This is the gentleman that has the deep experience in VR at Oceanic Studios, Glinda Games, Playable. Basically, he's been working with Playable for the last year and a half. His skills are on console and games. He's an executive producer here. Oceanic Studios. He's been there for 21 years. Oceanic VR delivers bespoke virtual reality solutions to a diverse range of clients from museums to government. Also virtual reality instructor and mentor. That's him. That's Mr. Bo Barnett. And this is Oceanic Studios real quick here. Bo's company, which he's still currently at, which we know is going to play a big part into Playable games going VR mode. Oceanic Studios are leaders in metaverse creation, utilizing virtual mixed, augmented, holographic technologies together with custom hardware solutions. Playable has a metaverse coming up. Maybe he's the one behind it. And you can come here, play this video, and watch it. Actually, we'll play it right now. Wow. You just never know. Never judge a book by its cover, Sean. You just never know. Playable is turning out to be something that I might want to play. Now, last but not least, the last individual we're going to look into is Mr. Samuel Thompson Kennedy. Now, I know, ladies and gentlemen, this is a deep video, but sometimes you got to do the work. All you have to do is watch it. We presented it to you. cryptocurrency gaming blockchain full stack. Currently, he's the chief technology officer. Been there for almost 2 years. He's a co-founder of Flux Interactive, co-founder at Breed Post, which is 7 years, still going. Co-founder of Flux Interactive, which is still going. Full stack engineer. He has a great background. I mean, we can go more even deeper, just to fully check out the experience that he has while we're here. Great. So he's on tech. So I think he can definitely do his job. Personally, Playable is a very special asset. It's a special company that's doing something pretty remarkable if you can see it. Now, Sean, would you like to talk about their app website here, where you can get the nodes?
The first thing you see is a 50% node discount going on right now. So like they set this. They recognize the bear market is needs to be adapted to. So what they've done to make sense out of purchasing a node right now and to support the overall development of the ecosystem, they cut the node price in half to coincide with the current bear market conditions for the next 900 or something like that. I forgot the exact number. But let's just say 900 nodes that sell, they're going to be at 50%. Then they'll reset back to the other price, the regular price. But right now, golden opportunity to get nodes. And I do want to point something out straight from the Discord that was posted. And this is some good alpha right here. I'm going to read this message. It's not out yet, but it's bullish. It says, Node Owner HODL Program. You will automatically receive 1 ticket into an exclusive Node Owners HODL competition for every node you own, drawn each week, prize pool of 3 million bull tokens. So just from holding a node, you get put into a lottery in addition to the rewards that node produces. But as far as the site, you also see the NFT sale over to the right of the node sale. And, they have these skins of the characters that you play the games with. And right now they're on Nexus. And those skins, each skin has different abilities and different features. So once they sell out, or once the time period to buy them is up, then that's it. Now you have a rare NFT because we're still early.
Did you buy any of these NFTs?
As a node owner, you get some free. But if you click on that right there, we kind of check those out. And right now they have 3,947 remaining, and those are the NFTs right there. And if you go down a little bit, this shows you how early we are. Only 18 minutes so far.
Yeah, they look cool.
And it's only $50 for that one right there, 25 for the one previous. And each one, like I said, they have different abilities.
Only 15 minted. Wow.
And what happened last time, Brando? Because you know how, people are late to the show. The first variation of these NFTs, it wasn't, in my perspective, it wasn't a lot sold. But when the time was up, they stopped. So they're even more rare. Like say, and that's what you get as that one right there. That's what you get as a node owner. That's an exclusive NFT character you can play in the Nexus game.
So I know there's about 28 nodes left at that current price. Because I've been
it's 35 before we started the video.
What will it go to once that 28 is sold?
It will increase. The price will increase by $50, and the price will go from $2,350 to $2,400.
Nice.
And without the 50% discount, it would have been a $100 increase.
Interesting. So these are all the games coming out. Starving Martian is one coming out pretty soon. Let's just take a quick look at that.
Yeah, the simulation games are That's seems to be a pillar of gaming studios like Mirror and GALA. They had Town Star. Well, this is their one. You can set up a Martian base, and that's pretty good timing on their part with all this aliens in the Congress going on. You couldn't time that out better.
Yep. If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch They Live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are among us. But yeah, this is great. Here's the notes. If you want, Sean, you can take that as well.
Yeah, it's super easy to buy a node. All you need to do is have AVAX in your wallet, exchange that for USDC on the AVAX chain, and then you can go to Playable, and you click that button right there, buy a node, and while your wallet's connected, it'll recognize you have the appropriate amount of USDC needed to purchase that node. And if you go back up to the top, it's that's not the right, it's another section up there. Go to Open App. No, actually, you can't do that yet. There's a section though where the 50%, yeah, hit the 50%, and that should take you where we need to go, right there. And as you can see, 35 left at that price, and we're looking at $23.50 right now. So once those 35 are done, but all you have to do is simply connect your wallet and then select how many nodes you want. And it does the math for you. So if you hit that plus up button where it says 1, it'll just do the math for you.
Yes,
and speaking of math, like I said, just imagine, it shows you to rate these tokens. Right now, it's 1,468 tokens per node per day at the current rate we're at.
Does it change? Does this change over time?
That changes as nodes are purchased. It, decreases. But as nodes sell and supporters gain nodes gain adoption, well, the price of the token tends to increase with that. But we have to look in the future, because blessed are those who can see what's going to happen next year and beyond. So when you have, a couple of these nodes under your belt and the token price is 10 cent, 15 cent, 20 cent and beyond,
bullish,
then having these nodes and actualizing the tokens that you're getting now and actualizing that taking profit point sometime in the future, it's going to be a great opportunity. And then the other thing about these nodes, there's 50 billion bull token max supply. So every year for 10 years, all the node owners will be sharing 5 billion bull token per year. And I see you going to CoinGecko. So that's perfect, because if you look at the market cap, it's at 16 million. $16 million market cap. Now, we know that's definitely not going to stay there. It's just a matter of time. And matter of fact, speaking of $16 million market cap, Alex Becker, we all know who that is. When he speaks, he moves the market. He's like the gaming king. And he just got out. He came out the woodworks and finally made a video. Now that gaming is starting to trend. And he said, go to AVAX. He said, right now, the opportunity is over on the AVAX ecosystem. Look for gaming studios on the AVAX ecosystem. Look for gaming projects that have their own chain. He basically got on his influential show and described Playable to a T without saying their name. And it's just a wonder on Saturday why it pumped 55% right after he spoke. Everybody who knows anything about Playable, they know he was talking about that. And he pumped the heck out of it without even saying the name. But at the end of the day, yeah.
I just wanted to say this. Wow. So too much time doesn't pass. But I don't really care, but I don't have a problem with it. But I just watch. I know who Alex Becker is. I follow him on Twitter. But I see him now. I'm convinced he wants to be an action figure. He wants to look like an action figure.
You think he'll lift weights and stuff?
I like he just wants to be an action figure. There's nothing wrong with it. I just thought I'd say
Yeah,
that. But yeah,
yeah.
I digress.
But he moves the market, and that's how. But at the end of the day, when the influencers are coming out and starting to talk about playable, it's time to go ahead and get you a piece of that pie. And when you do the comparisons, if you go over to GALA Games, because we got a $16 million market cap over here, but if you look at GALA Games market cap,
You know what we could? I'm gonna go to market cap of so we can compare. Hopefully, playable is on there.
yeah,
What would
yeah,
playable be at Gala's price, market cap? But yeah, 604 million, 50 billion.
and in a bear market, just wait till playable gets to it, 600 million. When you're getting it at the price you're at a $16 million market cap.
Yeah, this is what you do. This is how you develop confidence about a particular investment or opportunity. You know, let's select 3 bull. Oh, it's there with the market cap of Gala. It'll be at 5 cents,
5 cents.
almost 6.
And we know what's going to happen.
Boom! Yes, sir.
This is just a matter of patience. Because one thing, death, taxes, and the bull market happening, that it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. We don't know, can't predict the day, but we know that bull market is going to be in full effect. And when it is, 5 cents and beyond. And I got a feeling with just think about the new bull market that's up and coming. A lot of experts are predicting it to be 10 times bigger. And when that happens, this can easily go to $1 billion market cap and beyond. Why not? They're doing everything right. They're on Epic Games. You can play it around the world, and they have a playable product. And this is fitting the mold.
This is it, baby. This is it.
This is it.
We know what time it is. Right now, this is history being made. Opportunities that you could never have, but because now we're moving from a physical world to a digital world. You get opportunities to invest in new platforms, new ecosystems, the infrastructure of the new economy that'll lead us into the 4th and 5th industrial revolution. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for staying with us, for following along this deep dive, this rabbit hole. Hopefully it was beneficial to you. And now you know what it takes to actually understand what you're investing in, especially if you don't have the intuitive gifts like I think we have over here on this end. But Sean, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate
Absolute
you tag teaming this.
Always doing good business with it.
Oh, and we always win big too. To me and Sean are like that old I don't know if you guys remember the Nasty Boys back on WCW. Yeah, I'm just happy, man. I'm good. So yeah, it was a great video. Let's get this out there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get notes, we'll put links out. But playable is definitely something you should play because the bull market is coming. And it's gonna be spicy. Think about this.
Yes.
Money Daily. Talk to him.
Oh, what's that?
I said talk to him. You wanted to say something.
Oh, no, I'm just listening. But,
because you got close like this. I thought you
No, I just adjusted my seat.
As we always say, always investigate truth on your own terms. And join the community. Click the links. We got plenty of opportunities for you to join the Bigger Than Race community. You know who this is. This is your boy, Brando, Sean Campbell. Thank you for watching. Play a bull. Old bull. We need to get you on the screen soon. Talk to you soon. Toodles.